the mansion that never felt like home. Rain crashed heavily against the giant glass windows of the mansion. The marble floor reflected the dim chandelier light as Kazara knelt on the cold ground, scrubbing silently. Her hands trembled from exhaustion. Upstairs, laughter echoed through the mansion. Plates clinked. Music played softly. Voices celebrated. But downstairs, Kazara cleaned alone. Then suddenly, her mother-in-law's sharp voice sliced through the silence. A poor girl should be grateful she even entered this house. Kazara lowered her eyes quietly. She said nothing. She married into wealth, but inside that mansion, she owned nothing. Not even her peace. Quick flashes appear. Kazara washing piles of clothes alone. Food being removed before she can eat. Expensive jewelry hidden inside drawers. Unopened letters stacked in darkness. Jesse smiling during a business trip, completely unaware. But what they didn't know was that the truth had already started watching them. Fade to black. Title appears slowly. Before the mansion. Before the luxury. Before the pain. Kazara lived a very simple life. She lived with her widowed mother in a small neighborhood where everybody knew everybody. Every morning before sunrise, they carried pots of food to the local market. Her mother sold rice and stew. Kazara greeted customers with warmth and kindness. Even when business was slow, she smiled. Even when life was difficult, she remained respectful. People admired her gentle spirit. One old customer once told her, "Poverty never touched your heart, my daughter. That is rare." Kazara simply smiled. One hot afternoon, everything changed. A black luxury car suddenly stopped near the market. Smoke rose from the engine. People gathered curiously. Then a young man stepped out. Clean suit, expensive watch, calm face. His name was Jesse. Unlike many wealthy men, he didn't speak arrogantly. Instead, he politely asked, "Please, is there somewhere nearby I can wait while they fix the car?" Kazara offered him water. That simple moment became the beginning of everything. Jesse kept returning to the market after that day. At first, Kazara thought it was coincidence. But eventually, she realized the truth. He came to see her, not because of beauty alone, not because she impressed him, but because he felt peace around her. They talked often about life, dreams, family, pain. Jesse had grown up surrounded by wealth, but not warmth. Meanwhile, Kazara had very little money, yet her home was full of love. That difference touched him deeply. Slowly, they fell in love. But when Jesse introduced Kazara to his family, everything changed. His mother's smile disappeared instantly. His sisters exchanged judgmental glances. Later that evening, his older sister whispered, "She doesn't belong in this family." Another added, "She'll embarrass us." Their mother said coldly, "Poor girls know how to pretend. Don't be fooled." But Jesse ignored them. For the first time in years, he chose his own happiness. Months later, they got married. The wedding was beautiful. Golden lights, luxury decorations, music, tears of joy. Kazara believed her life was finally changing. But during the reception, Jesse's mother leaned close to her ear and whispered, "Enjoy today. It won't last." A chill ran through Kazara's body. The moment Kazara entered the mansion as a wife, the kindness disappeared. On her very first morning, Jesse's mother handed her a long list of house rules. "You must learn how things work here." The rules shocked her. She was forbidden from sitting in certain living rooms, eating before the family finished, wearing expensive jewelry around visitors, speaking during important family conversations. At first, Kazara tried to remain respectful. She thought, maybe they just need time to accept me. But things became worse. Much worse. Every morning before dawn, she cleaned the massive compound alone. She washed clothes by hand. If we frustrate her enough, she'll leave by herself. The women laughed. Kazara froze. Tears gathered in her eyes. That night, she sat alone in darkness. But something changed inside her. Instead of becoming bitter, she became observant. Quiet. Careful. She started noticing patterns. Whispers stopped when she entered rooms. Drawers locked suddenly. Servants avoided eye contact. Something deeper was happening inside that mansion, and she was finally beginning to see it. One rainy afternoon, Kazara cleaned an old study room nobody used anymore. Dust covered everything. As she wiped one ancient desk, her hand accidentally hit something loose. Click. A hidden drawer opened. Inside, her breath stopped. Letters. Dozens of letters. All addressed to Jessie. All written by her. All unopened. Her hands trembled violently. Tears filled her eyes. For months, her voice had been stolen before it could ever reach the man she loved. But that wasn't all. Inside the drawer were receipts. Jewelry Jessie had purchased for her. Luxury gifts she never received. Bank alerts. Personal notes. Everything hidden intentionally. Everything intercepted. For the first time, Kazara understood the full truth. This wasn't misunderstanding. This was deliberate cruelty. She sat on the floor and cried quietly. Not because she felt weak, but because she finally understood she had never been crazy. After that day, something inside Kazara transformed. She stopped crying openly, stopped begging for kindness, stopped explaining herself. Her silence became different, dangerous. Quietly, she began gathering evidence. She secretly recorded conversations, saved voice notes, photographed hidden gifts, copied financial documents, documented everything. Meanwhile, her mother-in-law mistook the silence for defeat. She's finally learning her place. But Kazara was no longer surviving. She was preparing. Far away during another business trip, Jessie started noticing strange inconsistencies. Whenever he called, Kazara sounded nervous. His mother answered too quickly. The staff behaved strangely during video calls. Then one night, Jessie remembered something. Months earlier, before leaving, he had secretly installed security cameras in certain parts of the mansion. At the time, he sensed tension but hoped things would improve. Now, he opened the footage, and what he saw shattered him. Kazara cleaning endlessly alone. His sisters insulting her. His mother hiding letters. Food being taken away. Kazara crying silently in empty rooms. Jessie stared at the screen in disbelief. Then heartbreak. Then guilt. The woman he promised to protect had been suffering alone, inside his own home. Without warning, Jessie returned home. The family welcomed him excitedly. His mother smiled warmly. His sisters acted innocent. They believed they still controlled the story. That evening, Jessie announced, "We're having a family dinner tonight." Everyone gathered around the massive dining table. Luxury surrounded them. Golden plates, crystal glasses, expensive wine. But Kazara noticed something unusual in Jessie's eyes. Calmness, silence, purpose. Halfway through dinner, Jessie placed his fork down gently. Then he looked at Kazara. "Is there something you want to say?" The room became tense instantly. Slowly, Kazara stood up. Her hands trembled slightly. She placed the hidden letters on the table. One by one, silence filled the room. Then she played the recordings. Insults, manipulation, plans to force her out. The sisters' laughter, the lies. Nobody spoke. Jessie's mother tried denying everything. But then Jessie quietly said, "You should stop lying." He activated the surveillance footage on the large screen behind them. And suddenly, the truth played before everyone. No shouting, no dramatic screaming, just devastating silence. The family watched themselves destroy another human being slowly. Jessie turned toward his mother. Tears filled his eyes. "You taught me how to build. You taught me how to build success." He paused. "But you never taught me how to destroy someone's humanity." The room remained frozen. Then he faced Kazara and softly said, "I'm sorry I left you alone in this house." The family expected Kazara to stay, to fight for status, for wealth, for the mansion. But Kazara had already learned something important. A beautiful prison is still a prison. Jessie stood up slowly. Then he reached for her hand. And together, they walked away from the mansion. Not toward another luxury house. Not toward more wealth. but toward peace. Behind them, the giant mansion stood silent, cold, empty. For the first time, it no longer felt powerful. Months later, Kazara smiled again. She and Jesse now lived in a smaller home. Simple, warm, peaceful. They cooked together, laughed together, ate dinner together at the same table. No fear, no humiliation, no loneliness. Meanwhile, the massive mansion felt colder than ever. Some houses are filled with gold, but empty of love. Sometimes, walking away is the richest decision a person can make. Love is not proven by words alone, but by protection, respect, and action. Secondary lessons. A home without peace is not a blessing. Silence should never be mistaken for weakness. Family loyalty should never excuse cruelty. True wealth means nothing without kindness. If someone truly loves you, they won't just give you a place in their life. They'll protect your peace inside it.